Back to playing ball, game one of the Cardinals Padres series at Busch Stadium. Last year's National League champs starting where the World Series in '04 ended. Bottom first, Jake Peavy on the bump for San Diego. Jimmy Edmonds, Jimmy Jack to left. His 7th home run in divisional playoff rounds. Likes the postseason, 1-0 in favor of the Redbirds. Top third, first and second for San Diego. Tony La Russa repositioning the infield here to defend against maybe a hit and run. Got his guys. Mark Loretta, absolute shot. And look who's standing right there, Abraham Nunez. He'll handle it, step on the bag across the diamond. There's your double play. Bottom third, 1-0 St. Louis. Still bases Chuck. Jake Peavy chucks the wild pitch. David Eckstein will score from third. It's 2-0 St. Louis. They would potentially walk Larry Walker for the rest of that bat. Take another look here. Peavy winces a bit as he throws, possibly slipped, maybe landed awkwardly, or perhaps hurt a rib. Bases loaded. Reggie Sanders, 188 postseason hitter. That one gets a good bounce off the bag. Jimmy Edmonds will score, and Albert Pujols hustling all the way on the play. He is in there safe easily. 4-0 Cards. Then in the 5th, bases loaded again for Reg.
Bases loaded, 1 out, 3-0 pitch. Reggie, swing, a long one. Did he get enough? Get up, baby. Get up, get up, get up. Slam, slam, home run on a 3-0 pitch. Reggie takes him deep, and the Redbirds lead it 8-0.
Mike Shannon giving you the call. Sanders, 6 RBIs in the game now. That's an NLDS record. Reggie Sanders, a little more like Reggie Jackson. Take another look. 3-0 pitch. It's a fat one, and Reggie just pounds it. First grand he ever allowed by Peavy. 4 in the third, 8 earned runs. Worst start of the season. He would actually leave the game, and we'll have more on the injury that took him out a bit later here. Chris Carpenter also had to go cramps in his hand due to dehydration, so he's out after 6 innings pitched. No earned runs, 3 Ks. We go to the 9th. 4 straight Padre hit. Loads up the bases, makes it 8-5, but Jason Isringa finally gets the third out, finally closes it out, had his trouble. Cardinals win at 8-5 and now lead that series 1-0. Tony La Russa and the Cards now 5-1 in NLDS opener. Sanders, as I mentioned, 6 RBIs. That's also a Redbirds single-game postseason record. Carpenter back to goose eggs after a September in which his ERA was 9.14. Now, Peavy, not sure exactly when he got hurt, thinks perhaps it was in third. He fractured a right rib and will be out the rest of the postseason, seeing you in spring training. Bob Holtzman with more on how Reggie hurt Peavy.
Cardinals manager Tony La Russa rolled the dice on Tuesday and knocked the Padres right out of the game. St. Louis had the bases loaded with 1 out in the 5th, and Reggie Sanders had a 3-0 count.
You face a guy like Jake Peavy, and you get an advantage of 3-0, you may only get 1 strike to hit. So he had the green light. He still got to hit it.
Peavy was having a tough time locating the ball, and 3-0, I was really looking for an area where I could get the bat extended.
There's not a lot you can do. I mean, you got to throw a strike, and it's not really a time to start picking at the corners. I mean, we're down 4 at that point, so you know, it's pretty much you got to challenge them, and we lost the challenge.
Sanders has been swinging a hot bat since returning 3 weeks ago from a broken leg. He drove in runs in each of the Cardinals' final 6 games and homered 3 times in their final 4.
This game is all about results, and when you have results, you have more confidence.
This is the right time to get hot, and you get all the way to the World Series and winning whoever gets hot. So hopefully he can keep it going.
Sanders has been to the World Series 3 times in the last 4 years, but he's never had much individual success in this round. Before Tuesday, Sanders had 78 career Division Series plate appearances and just 5 RBIs. He had 6 in Game 1 alone. In St. Louis, Bob Holtzman, ESPN.
Cards making it to the World Series with quality pitching, but unable to slow down the Red Sox offense because they lacked a superior starter. So the week before Christmas, GM Walt Jocketty did a little shopping in Oakland, acquired Mulder, a stud lefty he hoped could take control in the postseason. That time has finally come. After 32 warm-up starts in the regular season, 16 wins, Mulder on the bump for Game 2 of the Cards-Padres divisional series. And in the second, he runs into trouble, or actually, the ball runs into him. Joe Randa smashes one right back off his arm. That is a base hit and a pitcher hit. Medical people coming to check him out for sure. Take another look at this bad boy. Right off the bicep. I guarantee you that stings, but you know, hockey's in season, he stayed in the game and promptly hit Xavier Nady to load up the bases with 1 out. This could be considered a jam. And then Ben Johnson, he's got a hitter's count. He's up 2-0, right? Well, strike one, swings through that one, swings through another, and then as you know what they say, it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out. So now we got 2 away. Next batter's the starter, Pedro Astacio. Big chopper off the plate. Mulder gloves it, takes his time, throws him out, gets out of the inning. We still have no score. We go to the third where things start happening for the home team. David Eckstein facing Astacio with 2 out. Ground ball. Nady's got it, but nobody's covered. He gets up, comes straight home, but Abraham Nunez scores under the tag of Ramon Hernandez. 1-0 Cardinals lead. Later in the inning, Albert Pujols, number 5, bases loaded, 5-pitch walk. Name your Molina. It's Yadier Molina coming in to score. 2-0 Cardinals. That would be it for them in the third. In the fourth, Molina again with 2 on, and look at this, Nady just a bit late. Mark Rosalanik's in under the tag that time. Cards, another play at the plate. They're up 3-0. David Eckstein, squeeze bunt. Here comes Nunez. He's safe. 4-0 Cardinals. All 4 runs without the ball ever leaving the infield. You just peck them to death. In the 7th, Miguel Olivo facing Mulder with 2 on. Guess what? Ground to second. Starts a double play. The Pods hit into 4 double plays, tying an NLDS record. 1 each in the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th innings. Bottom 7, Reggie Sanders with 2 on. Can't hit a grand slam with 2 on, but you can hit that off Rudy Cianez and drive in 2. Jimmy Edmonds, Albert Pujols both score. On the throw, Reggie's going over to third. 6-1 Cardinals. Now, just as in Game 1, Cards have to make this a tad more exciting than it needs to be. So in the 8th, down 6-2, the Padres load the bases, but Mark Sweeney fans against Randy Flores. Cardinals go on to win this thing by a count of 6-2. The Redbirds up 2-0 and do it with just 6 hits and going a sparse 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Sanders now 8 RBIs and 8 plate appearances, just 5 in his 68 previous division series at bats. Mulder 2-5 in day games during the regular season, nothing but goose eggs, 6 2/3. 13 ground ball outs, 1 fly ball out. As Bob Holtzman reports, 1 big bruise.
Game 2 swung on 1 swing of Padres third baseman Joe Randa's bat. But Randa's second inning line drive right off the pitching arm of the Cardinals' Mark Mulder didn't change the game the way anyone expected.
At first, you know, I'm looking for the ball, you know, and I kind of took a couple steps towards the ball once I saw it because I knew the guy was going to be safe, and then I realized how bad it hurt.
The way I saw it get hit, I would have thought, you know, maybe a couple hours, maybe another inning or 2. So I said I didn't expect them to get into the 7th.
Randa's raked me all season, so I should have been ready for it. Every ball he hits off me is up the middle.
Somehow Mulder not only stayed in the game, but got better. The line drive came during a shaky second inning. Mulder didn't allow another runner to reach second base until the 7th.
If I couldn't have made good pitches, then I would have said, you know, all right, I've had enough. But I mean, I felt I could still make some good pitches, and I did.
He's not going to back down, and he's going to keep fighting, and he knows what he's got behind him, and he's got a good defense and good offensive club, and he kept battling.
If you notice after that happened, he wasn't muscling the pitches up to the plate. He was going up there and just letting it flow, and his sinker started working.
That's a difficult way to improve your sinker, though. It's not, maybe ought to try his work as mechanics next time.
After getting back-to-back quality starts from Mulder and Chris Carpenter, the Cardinals will now go for the sweep with Matt Morris. Morris pitched in the exact same situation in last year's division series and lost Game 3 to the Dodgers. In St. Louis, Bob Holtzman, ESPN.
Padres and Cardinals, St. Louis trying to end this thing Saturday night at Petco Park, hoping Matt Morris could help them get the sweep. Top first, 1-on-1 out. Woody Williams facing Albert Pujols. Albert, fat. David Eckstein. He's going to score all the way from first. The Cards with the early 1-0 lead. Mark McGwire checking out the game with Cards GM Walt Jocketty. Top second, 1-on-1 out. David Eckstein doing his McGwire impression. 2-run shot for him. And the Cards take the 3-0 lead. And Williams not having a good night. Later in the inning, bases loaded, 2 outs. Reggie Sanders at the plate. Who's been hotter than Reggie Sanders in the playoffs? Answer, nobody. Double to left, that'll score 2. Jim Edmonds and Pujols come around. Sanders with 10 RBI in this series. It's 5-0 Cards. And Williams, that's it. 1 2/3, 6 hits, 2 walks, 5 earned runs. We move to the 5th. Top 5, 1 out. Runners in second and third. Yadier Molina just pokes one out there. Mark Goodselanek and Abraham Nunez score. All the Molinas chipping in the playoffs and the Cards dominating 7-0, and the fish taco is not tasting too good in San Diego tonight. Bottom 5, Padres still with no hits. First batter, Khalil Green. Deep, but not deep enough to keep Jim Edmonds from hauling it in. Matt Morris, like, that's what's up. Next batter is Joe Randa. And Randa, that'll be good for a double, so there goes your no-hitter. Randa will later score to get the Padres on the board. Later in the inning, now 7-2, runners at the corners, 2 outs. Morris facing Ryan Klesko. Got him with the high heat. Morris, 6 innings work, 5 hits, 2 earned runs. 7-4 game in the 9th. Tying run at the plate is Klesko, and that's not going to hurt a bit. Jason Isringhausen takes care of it. 7-4 Cards in game 3, and just like the Paris and Paris nuptials, this series is over. Sanders, 10 RBI, a new NLDS record, and just 2 shy of John Valentin's record of 12 in the ALDS. It's the 2nd straight year the Cardinals advance to the NLCS. They await the winner of the Astros-Braves series. Harold Reynolds now on how the Padres let an early chance to get back in the game get away.
Woody Williams really put his team in a hole in the beginning of the first 2 innings. Down 5-0, the Padres had to turn to their offense. And Matt Morris with the Cardinals gave them an opportunity in the 2nd inning. The bottom of the 2nd, he walked the first 2 hitters, and then Robert Fitt came to the plate and dropped down a bunt. You have to wonder, why would they be bunting in that situation instead of playing for a big inning? Anytime you play a club like the Cardinals, you have to get a big inning when the opportunity is presented to itself. I thought it was there in the 2nd inning, and the Padres didn't take advantage of it.
So the Cardinals register the 5th postseason series sweep in franchise history. All of them have come in 5-game series. The 3 previous times that the Redbirds broke out the brooms, they ended up losing in the NLCS. In fact, the only time that they didn't was 1982 when they beat the Braves.